In the last episode, we got this absolute mess of a machine, even messier, and although I wanted to finish it, we just ran out of time. But today is the day we're going to be finishing things. We're going to get Utrim jars, we're going to get Arcane Golden Nuggets, we're going to get our real essence. It's going to get crazy. First things first, one thing we really have to do is actually get these mechanical crafters powered, and I totally forgot that we needed to get the Blackstone polished and into this machine, so that's probably something that's a pretty good idea to do as well. And how do I want to power this thing so it's not too terrible? I mean, you know what? It will be terrible, and I'm sure this is going to bite me in the butt taking up all this space, but you know, it's good enough. It's good enough for the crafters, it's good enough for me. We can just cover up this little mess. Another thing that I didn't do is I believe we need a mixer on top of this guy. I seem to be forgetting all of the things. And once again, we find ourselves in the annoying predicament of not having a great space to fill in a cog, but I suppose we can always do this, pull that out, and then you know the deal, get a vertical gearbox all set up and running. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we got our machines worked out a little bit better. I just want to do a few more checkups, make sure I haven't totally bricked anything alongside here. Looks like everything's spinning. Okay, good. Now we can actually move on to new stuff. This barrel, I want to have a third output on. And, I mean, I guess it could be either side? I'm gonna commit to it being this way, to have a little bit of an underground belt path or something, so I think we could just be nice and cheap and easy. Actually, remove... Oh, you're a gearbox. No, you're not. You're not. What am I doing? What am I thinking of? You're not a gearbox. Perfect. Yeah, we have this perfect little belt line, and this could seriously... This should be. I say could, should, would, will be the processing for Blackstone. If I had any Blackstone on me. It would admittedly also not be a bad idea to get another plastic machine going, or igneous extruder rather going, because there's another one we're probably going to need today. And it's going to be making sandstone, but we will get to that. Hello, Henry the light blue Emmy covered cable. How you doing, buddy? Could I put water here? Would that be bad? Would this not be able to output if there was water here? I mean, I suppose we'll find out, won't we? Suppose we will very much find out. Let's assume the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Yeah, it is a yes. Awesome. Okay, cool. That works. You're making Blackstone. Beautiful. This means we need to... What do we need to do? Because it's Blackstone that then has to be haunted into Darkstone, that then has to be pressed into polished Darkstone, that then gets mechanically crafted into Arcane. Okay. How do we do this? Actually, easily. We do it very easily, very simply. You go here, then we have a brass funnel going into here with a funnel coming out there. Right underneath this is going to be the haunting. Getting ourselves the press is very easy. You guys know what the deal is. The only thing I need this thing to do is to output on the right side. Why do you want to output there? Can we output here, please? There we go. You know, while I'm getting this next leg set up, I just want to do a little bit of a check-in with you guys. You know, we're at that point in the series that's been going on for a very long time. We're sort of nearing the end of it, sort of nearing the end of it. Trust me, there's a lot more Arcane Engineering to go. But we're getting to the late game of it, and the numbers are beginning to sort of settle down and all that jazz, and I just want to make sure I'm staying up to date on the how-tos and what-ifs and all that jazz with you guys. So let me know in the comments how you're enjoying, if you've been here from the start, if you're kind of new, you know, what is your deal with this series? I'd really love to know. I love your feedback. Okay, so these guys are going to get haunted into delicious, delicious Darkstone. And any second now, they're going to be haunted into delicious Darkstone. Come on. You can do it. Please. There we go. All right. Filter. Toss. Perfect. And then we'll just mimic the belt line for aesthetics. And make. Perfect. And cute. No. Oh, there was dirt in there. Okay, I was like, no, not again. Okay, there's just random piece of dirt in there. What happened to that 8th piece? Oh, dear. Oh, no, I've lost a thing. I've lost a block on the assembly line. Don't bite me in the butt, please. Don't bite me in the butt. Please, oh, please, oh, please don't bite me in the butt. Okay, well, with that out of the way, we can start to work on what we're going to be doing with this barrel, okay? Inside of here is going to be the byproduct of the Arcane Crystal Obelisk, which are 50 Arcane Crystal dust specks. And get out your mathing brains, because we got to do a little bit of it. See, we need 19 arcane crystals per craft cycle. That's 1 crystal to return to the time in a bottle processing, and we need 18 to create enough arcane crystal blocks like that. We're going to need some real essence, but we'll do that a little bit later. We're also going to need 27 specs to go to the arcane crystal dust stuff. We need 3 arcane crystal dust. We need 1 to be deployed on this absolute cutie patootie, and we need 2 to be mixed in with these soul beads, okay? So we should probably pull those 27 off to this direction, since that kind of goes inside of the area that needs that. And the way, of course, we were going to do that is with the handiest and dandiest things. These guys so useful. And if you're not aware of the technical term, these guys, they're called brass funnels. So 27 are heading off in this direction. And then, let's see, we also, oh wait, no, maybe we want the 19 crystals to head off in this direction, since these are where the crystal blocks need to end up. Sure, yeah, we'll do that instead. I'll have the 19 go here, and then we could have the 27 come off here. Whoops. And as many of you are aware, 19 plus 27 doth not equal 50, so we get to take a small bit of profit for ourselves. And I did not just jump cut there to do the math. No, I knew it off the top of my head. It's 4. And for now, we'll just store these guys in another barrel. Boop. And I think this works out in one of my favorite ways. Yeah, exactly. We just need gearboxes like that and that. And these lines are splitting and spitting, man. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so these are going to eventually be our arcane crystals. And then these guys are going to turn into our arcane crystal dust. The arcane crystal dust is very easy if we had a basin. Okay, alright, that's unfortunate. And these guys, we're probably going to do the old vault trick, which of course means we need vaults. Do we have vaults? We do have vaults. I mean, we could just set up the assembly line right here, right? It's just a spout and then a press. I don't know if I'm making the right decision, though. Decisions. So many to make, so many. Actually, no, I'm switching it. Final decision. I'm switching it. These are going to be 27. These are going to be 19. And I'll deal with it. Boom. Okay, and here is the deal, right? I think we'll be able to get away, potentially, with using an andesite tunnel. Do I have andesite tunnels on me? No, I may have left those at home. I really should, like, prepare a materials list or something. I also seem to be out of andesite funnels, so back home, I already made a trip home, but you know what? I like home. Home's nice, you know? Home's where the what's it called? The heart is. That part of your body. I go about putting the tunnel here, right? And we guarantee that it will be 3 arcane crystal dust. Do I have any samples? Of course not. But it'll have to be 3 arcane crystal dust coming out of this. We can guarantee that 2 will continue further on, which hopefully means that we could get them, of course, going into this guy. 2 into this guy, always. And 1 can split off on either side here. And somewhere up top, like so, this guy is going to be deploying the crystal dust onto this dark soul. What to do. Powering this, another what to do. Oh, and I've also been told that the reason it's pitch black is that I have True Darkness on in my video settings. I don't even see that in my video settings. Is it in extras? Ah, True Darkness. There we go. Okay. I turned that off. That should be better now. Glad that's fixed. Okay, deployer power was actually pretty easy. No, give me that. You be quiet. There we go. So that was actually pretty easy. Do we do what? What do we do? I'd have to be one back. It's too high up. Right, because this doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Okay. Don't get me wrong, this is stupid. But I could do this. I could do this. And is this cheaping out? Yeah. This is cheaping out. Is it kind of sad? Yeah, it's a little sad. But it works. And it's kind of fast. And that's how we're gonna do it. Hope I'm not moving too fast. I am really trying to get this done. I know we've been kind of stuck on this chapter for a little bit of time, so I want to see if it's possible. If it's possible to move, if it's possible to groove, if it's possible to do things that never thought possible before. Oh, shucks. Hopefully I could pull that back one. And then we could get our little perfect beltline lasso. Well, that's pristinely ugly, but it's okay. It's okay. That's what we're doing. This is the factory of ugginess, and that's alright. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so that is the arcane crystal dust being processed. Once I add the magical mechanical press, I'm going to add this on the outside so I have more inside space. Now these guys are most likely going to have to be extracted via a mechanical arm, which I suppose is fine. It's rather expected at this point. Actually, this is a pretty easy spot to do it, because we could have this thing facing vertically like that, grab ourselves a cogwheel, and then place a mechanical arm here that can move these from there. But we will worry about that later. I'm just going to leave that there for now. Now, the real tragedy of it all. What do we do with these things? Where? Because they're flying out that way. Right, we've just closed off this space with this machine here. So how do we get the outputs of this over to here? And in a very space-effective way as well. I think I have an idea. No. It will not work. It will not work the way I want it to. See, I was going to have this spit downwards. Drawer controller, drawer controller, drawer controller, drawer controller. I forgot about the magic, mystical drawer controller. Or, excuse me, a storage controller. Yes, yes. Need a brass machine. Is that different? That feels different. I'm on the most recent dev build as of November 2nd, which admittedly doesn't mean that was when it was changed. But that definitely feels different. That's a good recipe, though. I like this recipe a lot. And then I do need a linking tool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is my I'm fed up with manually stripping logs machine. Ta-da! For context, I need to make more mechanical presses, because I ran out. And andesite machines or andesite casings, it's just getting annoying to have to do manually. So I'm going to do them like this now. Alright, mystical, magical storage controller, it's time for you to shine. We are going to link you up to a mystical, magical drawer somewhere over here. And then you'll process things. Hooray! We're going to need 2 more of these brass tunnels here, because we're going to want to have these set to round robin. Yes. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah. That should be good. I think with the way I'm planning on doing this, round robin is exactly the kind of device we need it to be. Oh, the compacting bug is kind of hitting me again, but basically, what is going to happen is the specs will go into the storage controller and be teleported into this drawer. They will go under this spout and under this press. If it is not an arcane crystal, it will go back into the drawer, into the vault rather, via a brass funnel here, and then it will be spit out via an andesite funnel there, and that will be the processing loop. This will happen 4 times, So it's not terribly fast, but I don't know that this thing has to be. And if it does have to be terribly fast, then unfortunately we'll have to do a factory rebuild at some point. Because, yeah, I said I was going to compartmentalize and keep things separate, and really the compacting bug has just, it's attacked me so badly. So badly again. But less so it's better? Uh-oh. The compacting bug is immediately turning things into nonsense. I have some ideas. They're a little janky, but they're fun, It actually looks like I don't have enough space to perform this miracle that I'm attempting to, which is fine because I could just move the storage controller around. Yeah, you know what? The folly of JoJo is that I'm just trying to compact everything into happening right here, but I don't need to because I'm already working with infinite item transportation. Which one did that go in? Okay. I'm already working with infinite item transportation. So I could set these to split and this to pull out 2 at a time of the arcane crystal blocks. And these would be arcane crystal blocks. They'll feed along this path. I don't know why this belt line is so long now, but whatever. I can move it if I need to. And then basically what we'll do is just have all that processing happen over here, and it can allow me to do the processing a little bit faster as well, which is going to be very important. Oh, wow, did I just mess up big time? Whoops. All right, let's put that back. Whoa, they made a controller extensions radiant machines. Okay, I did not know that. Yeah, because we do need one. I'm even moved this back, but you can see this is the processing line. I'm going to go over it in just a second. Let me just get this radiant machine made up and get that extension done. Oh, we already had a radiant machine. Even easier. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's do a quick overview of how this works. So, an arcane crystal obelisk is created here and then crushed into 50 dust specks. 4 dust specks are given to us as extras, and 19 of them go into this little floor machine. This is going to do double processing, spouting our real essence, and pressing, spouting, and pressing, spouting, and pressing. That'll do that 4 times. This is going to wait until it has 19 arcane crystal dusts in here, and arcane crystals in here, which I actually can do there. And in here, we are actually going to have these guys spit out everything but the arcane crystal shards. So that'll build up to 19 inside of the vault. I think that's kind of a clever use, keeping it all together. 1 will get split off for processing, which we'll keep here. And then the other 18 will be pressed into 2 blocks that'll go through this controller extension, relay off of this controller, right into this drawer. They'll be spit out 2 at a time and into these tunnels that are on split, and then they'll line up here. Whew! It's a lot, but it's good. But it's very, very good. And then the rest of them, the 27, gets processed into 3 dust, one of which is spat out, boing, boing, right up into here, gets deployed onto this cute little boy, and then the other 2 continue onwards and are made into Moon Beater dust, which then, of course, gets split into the arcane gold ingot, and, of course, right into the arcane obelisk processing line. Whew! Alright, so let's talk about these cute boys here. We have to deploy some of the arcane crystal dust from this machine onto these cute boys here, and then put them inside of something called a Utrum jar. Now, we only need 1 Utrum jar, which is pretty lucky, but that Utrum jar is going to need to be washed and then ran over a drain. And I think we have all the space we need here, although potentially not. Because if you think about it, the difficulty with the Utrum jars is to get these corrupted pixies, you have to deploy it onto a physical Utrum jar and then break it. So we need to be sure that the corrupted pixie is inside of the Utrum jar before breaking it with a drill. And to do that easiest, I would definitely want to use something like this machine, right, with the synchronized outputs. And we do need a little bit more space. Well, a little bit more. Well, can I? Should I? I shouldn't. I really, really shouldn't. It would be far smarter to do this in some other place. Okay, I just realized an issue. if we look at the recipe for arcane crystals, we can see it takes 16 millibuckets of aureole essence twice, 2 times. So you need 64 millibuckets of aureole essence per 1 arcane crystal. We're making 19 at a time, meaning we need 1,216 millibuckets of arcane crystals. The problem is that to get aureole essence, we use a Utrum jar, which gives us 723. So we need 2 Utrum jars per crafting cycle, but we can only make 1 Utrum jar the way we're doing it, and we make that 1 Utrum jar every time where 1 arcane crystal dust is deployed onto a corrupted pixie. So, I messed it up. We can't have 2 arcane crystal dust go into this basin every time. It needs to be staggered. 2 needs to go into the deployer 1 time, and then the next time 2 needs to go into here. 2 into here, 2 into here. Right, to produce enough excess. Chapter 3. I was just thinking about that on the bathroom. It was a toilet thought. God, really? I'm not wrong that you need an arcane crystal to do this sequence, so it does need to be 19 per craft, or I guess... Oh, I don't know. This is like... This says it's not as bad as it looks. It's worse. It's so much worse. I hate this sentence because this doesn't produce enough aureole to do 1 crafting cycle. So, am I dumb? Am I stupid? Oh no. Okay, I think I might be stupid.